Hey, all, welcome back to another message of hope. This is very impromptu and random, and really just going to be intended to provide some uplifting messages for whatever you've got going on today. So I've got a few different decks in front of me, and we're going to see what wants to come through. Let's start off with the How to Love Yourself card. Ah, let's see here. What message wants to come through for everybody who is here for some uplifting messages today? Mhm. Let's go with this one here. I am aware that I am pure consciousness. I am one with all life. I rejoice in my unlimitedness. You know what? I think this sums up what was going on for me and why I wanted to do this right now. I mean, it's been a while, right? I know it's been a while. But so I'll just share a little experience. So I just was part of an event and had a great time. I love doing these, I do lots of different events and things on the side. And there was an experience that brought me back to sort of revisiting aspects of me that bring up, just like when you feel like you didn't do something good enough, right? You didn't do a good enough job. It could have been better. Like, why did that happen? Why did this happen? Right. And like, we can't go back and change it, right? So it's like just accepting it. And when we're in that space of feeling that show up, um, it can be very limiting, very constricting. And this is bringing us back to remembering that we are unlimited. The other thing I want to say is that one thing that I did before I hopped on here that helped me shift out of some of that is to remember. Now, I've learned that, life is a mirror for us. And I also have learned that it's not in a cut and dry way necessarily. Sometimes it can be, but sometimes it's more, you got to go deeper to see like, how is this reflecting something back to me? And so there was a situation, I'm going to be vague here. Okay. So, but hopefully I'll get my point across. There was something where, someone said something to me that was like, this is something that I don't have the power to change. I don't have the power to do anything different here. I'm doing as best I can, and I've got to navigate this communication interaction gently, and just sort of like feeling like, like, when you can recognize that, gosh, it might be nice if something could change over here, and yet there's not really much extra you can do on your end to make a shift in that. And yet someone else is trying to say, hey, there's a problem right there, right? And you're like, I'd love to fix it, but right, or I'd love to change it, I'd love to adjust it. We don't need to fix anything. It's really just a matter of preference, right? um and then remembering this is the part that helps me, is like, I know there are times when I'm that person, when I've been that person that is like, oh, I've got an eye for detail, right? So I easily spot things that like, oh, we can improve that. We could work on that. We could make shifts here and there and there and there. And sometimes I'm the one that calls it out because I think I'm being helpful to someone. And sometimes it is helpful. Sometimes it truly is helpful. And other times that person's doing the best they can, right? Working with what they have. And because of the dynamics of whatever's at play, that added insight may not always be something that can be shared with the person who's pointing out something that could be improved upon, right? And so in that recognition of sometimes I've been that person, thinking I'm being helpful and pointing something out, and at the same time, maybe not privy to additional information. It's not saying what's right or wrong, but just sort of recognizing like the different nuances of certain situations. And it's moments like these that support us in having self-compassion, compassion for ourselves, compassion for others. then we can just factor into future situations to just, further assess like, is it really necessary for me to try and point out this thing? Could be, and maybe it's not necessary. So, and this just sort of is the icing on the cake. I am aware that I am pure consciousness. I am one with all life. Really opening things back up. So rather than the constricted, like, oh, something went wrong, right? Something needs to be fixed. Something could have been better, done differently. And let's release that and open back up to the expansive nature of our unlimitedness and pure consciousness. I'm loving it. I'm glad I'm here. I hope this is already in service to you in some way. Let's move on to a gateway oracle. Yeah. Revealing radiance. It says, my light illuminates the world. When we come back to that remembrance of our unlimitedness, our consciousness, we reveal more of our radiance. My light illuminates the world. Your light illuminates the world. What restrictions, barriers, limitations might you have going on in your sphere, right? Whether it be just, something someone said to you, maybe and then maybe what that triggered within you, right? Maybe some limiting beliefs, or just an energy, right? And it's all energy. That's the bottom line. It's all energy. Yeah. What might you want to shift right now to open up and expand to more of that? That was just on the bottom. Let's see what else. I want to see if there's another gateway oracle that wants to pop out. What wants to pop out? Sharing of yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. Yeah, this is a great card. Sharing of yourself. Notice, so it's a girl wearing a dress or a tutu, either way. Yeah, I guess a dress because she has like long gloves on as well. And she's sitting on that zebra who's leaping out from behind the tree, although, the tree couldn't really hide the zebra anyway, right? But the zebra, all those black and white stripes, all that contrast, right? I feel like it's a metaphor for us. We all have so much contrast within us. And I just simply mean that in the sense of like so many different facets to who we are, right? This and that and this and that and yeah, and I guess in this moment I'm sharing myself with you. How does this speak to you though? Is it possible? Is it possible that you are holding yourself back, not sharing yourself and allowing your radiance to be seen because maybe there are some limiting beliefs or fears that are clouding your headspace? Maybe there's something that, there's something that you like need to do. I don't know, if it's a conversation or, putting yourself out there in some way. I don't know, maybe some presentation at work. Or just some sort of stepping up to the plate, taking initiative on something, going first, right? Going first that you're hesitating and holding back on doing because you have some fears about sharing yourself, like, and maybe this is something you've already worked through to some degree, but maybe there's still a little bit of it left. I say that because there is a crescent moon up at the top here. And so the moon is tend to be thought of as like, what's hidden, what's in the dark, and how ironic because we can see the moon, right? But yeah, that's a metaphor for it's sort of, everything else is dark around the moon and then the moon sort of illuminates just a little bit of stuff. And you might just be at the tail end of like saying, yeah, let's let this last little bit go. Like this, you know, I've done a great job already working through some stuff, and it's just pointless. It's pointless to try and hide myself, and it can almost be maybe too uncomfortable to not let your radiance show. Okay, I'm going to see if there's one more from this deck. Oh, that was a whole stack. So let's see. Is there one more Gateway Oracle that wants to come through? Being in the flow. Being in the flow. I am in the flow of the universe. And look at that. Once again, we have a crescent moon. I'm in the flow of the universe. Just like riding that wave. Like, I feel like this could be speaking to you or someone who has been in the process of releasing, the process of unveiling aspects of yourself, the process of maybe further just accepting yourself, growing in acceptance of yourself. Um, okay. So as I look at this, I can see that that's a boat, and this big part behind it is like a canopy that's connected to the boat. But see this part right here where you can see this swirl flowing through? For a moment, it actually looks like a wing on her back, like an angel wing, like the way it's curved, and it's really right behind her. And so I was gonna say, kind of like you're on the brink of, like, I could say setting yourself free, but I more so wanted to say, like, what's the phrase there? Opening up your, spreading your wings, spreading your wings and fly, right? It's kind of like she's gaining momentum, as she sails in this boat right now. And then at some point, let's just say she has wings. At some point, both of her wings are going to flap out, and she's going to be flying high, flying in the sky. Yeah, still kind of attached to the ground, but gaining more of that momentum in the water now with a little more fluid. Yeah, and then before you know it, there's a seagull, a bird off in the distance there, gonna be like that bird flying off in the distance with all your radiance shining behind you, having so much momentum behind it as well, behind you. Oh, it's good to do this. It's been a while. I really love how this is, how this is flowing. Let's see here. Let's move on to a guardian angel card. Okay, guardian angel card. I gotta be honest, I was not planning on like doing a sort of a storytelling here, but that is how this is showing up. I was just intending to do like, random uplifting messages. I know I've said this before, but a long time ago, I knew someone who said, the world doesn't need more inspiration. And I'm like, excuse me? Are you kidding me? In today's world, I think inspiration, wherever it's found, is a beautiful thing. Okay, 3 cards came out here. I'm probably just going to read the top, but let's see what all 3 are. Ooh, we have patience, love, and miracle. Okay, I'm going to read them all. Okay, patience. Patience is required at the moment. You may feel that things are not moving as fast as you would like, yet there is a lot going on energetically. This seems very relevant. The current situation causing concern is evolving positively. Let go and have patience. You will eventually realize that this whole event was, in fact, a blessing. All is perfect as it is. Trust. You are eternally loved and guided. That is beautiful. Okay, next we have love. Negative thoughts and feelings are sabotaging your pursuit of happiness. We, your angels, are here to help you heal. Allow our healing light to flow through your heart. Consciously infuse each negative thought or feeling with love and light. Feel both your heart and mind aligning to your soul's sacred purpose and unleash your divine potential through the power of love. And I want to go back to when it said, allow our healing light to flow through your heart. That's something that you can just pause the video right now and just visualize. Visualize and allow yourself to feel that. Yeah. Okay. Miracle. It says, dearest one, even if all hope seems lost, let not hope slip away. For I, your guardian angel, am constantly by your side. Surrender all your concerns to me and trust in the healing power of love. Please believe that you are never alone. Together, we shall work through each issue or situation which is of concern to you. All heals with the passing of time. Magic and miracles are about to manifest. Yeah, this feels very, very in flow right now. Okay, let's move on to, just going to do a few more decks. You know what? I'm going to do a messages of life. Yeah. And take that light in. You can even see this is the big ray of light that you're allowing to flow through your heart. Just take a deep breath in. Receive. I haven't talked about it in a while, but receiving is something that doesn't come easily to everybody. And if you resonate with that, you might want to ask yourself, how does it serve me to continue to allow not receiving be a challenge? We have together in the light. I give thanks for all who enter my life. I understand we are all exactly who and where we are supposed to be, and everyone contributes to each other's personal growth. Every reaction someone draws from me is a gift from their soul to mine, meant to help free me from my inner conflicts. Today, by focusing on my own development rather than on others' faults, I become one with the divine. Okay, so I'm going to use today's situation as an example here because this is, of course, spot on. Every reaction someone draws from me is a gift from their soul to mine. So, as I mentioned earlier, there was someone kind of communicating to me, hey, Kim, have you thought about doing this thing, making this change? And it related to something else that involved someone else that I didn't have control over. And yes, that had crossed my mind. But I also have to release and let go because it's not in my control, right? But this person doesn't know that. And so there's the part of me that's had to work through like perfectionism and like taking on like the responsibility of like, I need to make it all better, right? The gift is having this experience, bring this up in me, showing me that, okay, there's still that additional work to set myself free from. And it brought me here to this reading with you guys. And I'll just say for me, I came here because I was like, oh, this will be good. This feels right. And, it'll be something good to do. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I know some of you really like these and I'm grateful for that, but I got to be honest, it's helping me right now in this moment. That is for sure. So it's the gift of this uncomfortable experience is it not only brings me to the awareness of, oh, there's still the potential for me to be triggered in that way, but I know that I choose to be free from it, right? And so to remember, that's right. This I set myself free. It's okay. There is no perfection. There's divine perfection in all the imperfections. I give myself grace and I extend grace to others. And I remember that I and you. We are pure consciousness, pure expansiveness if we allow it. Is a gift from their soul to mine, meant to help free me from my inner conflicts. And sometimes it's as simple as recognizing, like, like coming back to the self-compassion and the ease, freeing myself, frees others, right? It's kind of a dual fold. Like there's nothing wrong here. But we humans make things so complex. And so it's like the inner dialogue that creates the issue, right? And so it feels really beautiful and light and open right now. And yeah, anyway, okay. I hope this is resonating or making sense. And if it's not, you may have already, stepped away, and that's all good. Okay, we're gonna close out with just a couple more decks. Okay, we're gonna do Wayne Dyer's Inner Peace cards. I think that is very fitting right here. We have my inner being is serene and peaceful. Look at that light beaming from that person's heart space. Let's see. Okay, what do we have? We have, okay, one side says, I am in support of everything in my life. Even the things that trigger us, that challenge us, that bring things up for us, right? Because that's where the freedom is. That's where the opportunity for freedom is. If we don't look at it, if we don't choose to see that opportunity, then where does it continue to live? It lives in us. Heck no, I don't want that. Okay, so therefore, even the things that I find challenging and frustrating and I wish would never happen again, I choose to be in support of all of it. Because that's what allows me to remain expansive and free, allowing my radiance and light to shine, right? I'm using me as a metaphor for all of us, right? We are all connected. Okay, and the backside of that one says, everything you are against can be restated in a way that puts you in support of something. I mean, that's what we've been doing right here. It says, instead of being at war, be at peace. Instead of being against poverty, be for prosperity. Yeah, that's a law of attraction principle right there. Two sides of every coin, the lack side and the abundance side. And which side are we looking at? So a lot of times when we say, well, what is it that you want? Initially we say, or, what is it that I want? We tend to start with identifying, well, I don't want, right? That's the poverty. That's the lack side of things. The good thing is that when we know what we don't want, it actually does help us gain clarity on what we do want. And so, yeah, this is a good reminder, right? So what would I say? I choose expansion. I choose awareness. I choose connection and flow. I choose communication. I choose man, right? There's some new stuff that can come up with that. Yeah. That's okay. Let's see, what do we have here? It says, if you meet someone whose soul is not aligned with yours, send them love and move along. Yeah, I think that's a great follow-up to the previous card. The other side says, I align myself with people who support my growth. That's that positive side, right? So we may have the recognition of, what is this? People who aren't quite aligned with me. It's like things are not flowing, things are not resonating. The positive way to then move in the direction of more alignment and support. I align myself with people who support my growth. I align myself with people who support my growth. Okay, and we're going to close out with a looking forward card. Patty Mayes' deck. And let's see what we have here. Oh, connection right there. Okay, let's go ahead and do a light shuffling. Going to be closing down. I didn't think I was going to go this long. I'm glad I had enough time to do this video. Let's see here. What's our closing message? We are looking forward. Looking forward. And as always, I want to say thank you for being here. Let me know in the comments what you're taking away from today's video. Nice. Okay. So the card is solitude. And it's just one big, it's white. At the bottom is number 51, and this is a bonus card. Oh, because this is personal choice. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, let me read the back. So, looking forward. Solitude is a divine period of personal renewal. It is a quiet time for rejuvenation and restoration of your whole self. Solitude helps you align with the elemental energies, resulting in a wave of freedom and joy, a deep intimacy with oneness. Remember, making time to sit alone, to empty your mind and heart, even if only for a few minutes, allows that space to be refilled with nourishment for your physical, mental, and emotional well being. When will you make time to sit in solitude to restore your energy? I mean, that right there is an excellent and easy way to allow yourself to receive. I forgot what I was going to say. To allow yourself to receive. Just allow yourself to receive the nourishment of peace, the nourishment of solitude, time alone. And if that's something that's new for you, can look at it as a time of you really getting to cultivate that space of inner self-compassion, getting to appreciate and enjoy your own company, learning to become your own best friend. What new insights and messages, awareness wants to show up as you are in a space of solitude, allowing everything else, all the noise, the chatter, right? Whether it be an actual, comment from someone else or just something else that's showing up in your world that's like, too much, too loud, right? I need to get back to my own center. What a great way to replenish. I hope you found this helpful. I gotta say, I did, and I'm grateful. And I'm grateful again for you being here. Let me know what you're taking away in the comments, and I'll see you again sometime. Thanks so much. Bye for now.